I'm from the Faculty of Humanities, Law and Economics. I'm a freshman in this university. Today, I'd like to talk about poverty and introduce one of the famous assistants called fair trade. I chose this topic because I've been interested in this since I read manga about poverty around the world. Poverty has been discussed for many years, but it still is unsolved. I also think it connects to not only to SDG number 1, no poverty, but also it connects to all SDGs. Okay, today I'll talk about recent situation for first. Next, I'll introduce fair trade products. And last, I introduce some aspects of fair trade products. So today, how many people are poor? Actually, it is difficult to define poverty strictly. According to the website of the World Bank, there are two types of poverty: extreme poverty and relative poverty. So the World Bank defines that people living on less than $1.9 US per day are in extreme poor. And people who get income less than half of the middle people who get income less than half of the middle income are called relatively poor. It depends on each country's economy. So we often see, even in the developed country. So this is the average household income in one country, and this is the median, means it's the center of people, and less than half people are relatively poor. And extreme poverty. The World Bank estimated that there are 800 million people in extreme poor in 2015. And in 1990, the number of those people were about 1,900 million. So we tend to say it has been improved, but still extreme poor are about 6 to 7 times as many as the population of Japan. So this is the relative poverty ranking in the world. So the right side is the highest number of relative poverty. So Japan is the 11th country. And total number, about 60% of Japanese people are relatively poor, and 0 to 17 years old children, about 14% of Japanese 0 to 17 children are relatively poor. And another problem is the poverty cycle. Poverty affects the offspring. If the family is poor, the children is also poor. So it means the children have to work for their families to support. And as a result, they cannot get a job or work for low salary. So this is how poverty circulates. So to reduce poverty, what can we do? One of the easy ways to participate in reducing poverty is to buy fair trade products. Have you heard of fair trade? Fair trade is the system for mainly about agriculture that the retailer deals products for certain fixed price. The price is usually decided between the producer and the retailer. The origin of fair trade. In 1946, 10,000 villages, it is the name of the company in the United States, bought needlework from Puerto Rico and served. This is also the name of the company. Trade with poor communities in the South. And one of the biggest fair trade organizations in the world is Fair Trade International. So the first fair trade in Japan came from Germany, and the original name was Transfair. In 1993, it was introduced to Japan by a pastry, Matsukisuru, and Transfair Japan started. So labels around the world have been organized in 1997, and it was named Fair Trade International, which gathered 14 labels around the world. In 2002, the new label was made, and it was the first international fair trade certification label. Fair trade sounds effective solution. So these are the company of fair trade. This is the Fair Trade International, and this is the World Fair Trade Organization. And these are some companies, some private companies. So it has some negative sides of fair trade product. What are they? First thing is the price. Most of fair trade products are expensive. There's no fixed rate for the products, so companies can set the prices. If a product certificated by Fair Trade International, it will be priced definitely higher than a normal one. So Ion or Mujirishi products, which are also fair traded, may be cheaper. Meiji chocolate is about 6 to 100 yen, but People Tree's chocolate is for 350 or 450 yen for each. So it's definitely expensive. And the second is the margin. So this is the one example of fair trade chocolate. It says 55% of the price is the gross margin, brand and retail. Is it really meaningful? The third one is instability. So most of you saw this sort of graph in high school. If the demand goes down like this, the midpoint, supply curve and demand curve goes down. This. So supply curve move on to this side. So the price will be cheaper. But there's a problem. Fair trade product has a fixed price, so the buyer won't buy anymore. As a result, the farmer can't get money because they can't sell. So today, I talk about how to define poverty and world poverty situation these days. And next, I want you to remember that there are so many people poor. Their number is 6 to 7 times as many as the population of Japan. The second point is about fair trade. There are some fair trade companies, international, it's Fair Trade International, and the second is World Fair Trade Organization. The third one is aspects of fair trade. We saw some aspects of fair trade in 3 ways: margin, price, margin, and instability. Fair trade products are usually expensive. The margin is 55%. Is it really a practical way to reducing poverty? So, the main message I want to give through this speech is that we, as consumers, have many choices. Fair trade, for example, has both positive side and negative side. We must consider which is the best choice you can take. At the end of the presentation, I'd like to introduce a quote from Nelson Mandela. Poverty is not accident, like slavery and apartheid. It is man-made and can be removed by the action of human beings.